All right, here we go. Week 6. Yeah, week 6. Here we go. Okay. So first workout of the week. We got our Monday workout. So sumo stance box squats. You guys know this already. We've been alternating throughout the cycle with it. How it works today is 5 reps every 3 minutes on the minute for 5 rounds. And then we got a tempo. So basically just really emphasizing the weight down. You're going to sit on the box, and then we're kind of restarting and re-engaging those muscles to drive back up. But you're not necessarily just like relaxing on the box. You're still staying under tension. It's just that you don't feel that weight necessarily in your legs until you lean forward and drive up nice and fast. So the idea is to make these sets a little challenging. So somewhere between a 7 to 9 RPE. You shouldn't be worried about dropping the weight. Like if you can't like stand it up, make sure you're not around that level of weight. And we're trying to go to just about parallel there. That's the point where we can really extend our hips nice and explosively so that we can get that explosive stimulus out of today. And then our workout is going to kind of play a part with that. We got a chipper for time, right side, 30 right side single arm Russian swings, 30 burpee box jump overs, 30 left side single arm Russian swings, and then 30 burpee box jump overs. And that weight for the Russian swings is a little heavier than usual, 32-24. So probably going to break this up a little bit. So if you do like 10 and then put it down, 10, put it down, that's kind of what we're going to be looking for with that. And then those burpee box jumps overs are going to be cardio, just grind. So they're not super fast, but just steady, trying to move through. And the idea is like, let's try to dedicate about 3 minutes per round in this workout. I would say you're going to spend the most amount of your time on these burpee box jump overs, if anything, in this workout. So aim for 3 minutes per round or 10 reps per minute, and we're getting a nice strength and endurance stimulus out of today. Tuesday, we're going more endurance. This one's 5 rounds for time, 3 wall walks, 12 alternating dumbbell clean to shoulder to overhead, and then 15/12 calorie bike. All done at like a 80% pace, and then you're going to jump right on the rower, and you're going to go for 2 minutes on the rower at a recovery pace, just kind of catching your breath. We want to try to keep moving. And in this way, we're trying to utilize that aerobic system to recover. So when we go fast, we're usually utilizing a different system. When we use the aerobic system, it's very helpful in kind of flushing out that lactic acid and helping us kind of get back to like a normal breathing rate. And you have 2 minutes on there, so it's not a whole lot of time, but try to see if you can kind of get into a steady pace. So 65%, something relaxed, something that you can have a conversation at while you're on that rower. You're going for 5 rounds. So the idea is like, let's try to keep basically the same time per round. And if you do this like 6 minutes a round, you should be done in the 30-minute cap for today. So I would say probably today is going to be somewhere around that 22, 25-minute mark. If anything, but if you need that extra time, it's there. Wednesday's workout. Gymnastics. This is the day for gymnastics work. We're going to hit those ring muscle up transitions. So practicing false grip ring pull-ups, top of the dip hold, bottom of the dip hold, and then strict ring muscle up transitions. And we're just practicing that turnover with our feet on the ground. The idea is there is to just work on skill, coordination. There's a lot of different positioning. So I'm sure you guys are still learning these movements if you have never done them before. And the idea is to, again, build good body awareness, good strength, even some range of motion in different areas. So we'll spend some time doing that. And then our workout is a good gymnastics workout to follow up. So more of a conditioning and strength workout. We got 15 minutes, 7 strict pull-ups, 12 ring push-ups, 21 walking lunges. So I'd say aim for about 4 to 6 rounds in this one. And each movement, you want to be able to do it in 2 sets or less. Maybe the last round or two, you might need to break it up a little more with those ring push-ups and strict pull-ups, but walking lunges should be done fairly consistently. Thursday's workout, this is our accessory day where we hit those angles and positions that we don't regularly get into, whether it's in our just daily life or even at the gym. So we're going to do some bent over overhead banded single arm pull downs, loaded side bends, and banded straight leg adductor pull down. So just movements that you're not necessarily seeing, and angles that you're pushing and pulling from. They're going to help you stay strong and also just increase your movement capacity. So the more ranges of motion you can get to and create strength in those ranges, you're first of all bulletproofing yourself. So injury prevention is what comes out of that. Helps you move better because now you're accessing different ranges and your brain is learning different movements there. And again, it keeps it novel and fun too as well. So just different than what you're used to. And then we'll follow up that work with that with a 20-minute AMRAP, steady pace, a little bit of conditioning and some isometrics there. So we got 20-second reverse plank hold, 50 single skips, 20-second top of plank hold, and then 20/15 cow row. So a little bit of conditioning, a little bit of isometric strengthening mixed in together for a novel little workout. Friday, weightlifting as usual. We got our 2 power cleans, 2 front squat combo. So every 90 seconds, we're going to do 2 power cleans and 2 front squats. The idea there is to work on our technique with the cleans. So strength and skill work. And then if it feels good, we're going to go and challenge ourselves a little bit. So be around that 7 to 9 RPE for all the sets. If you're newer to this, just keep it light. Just get the positioning. Olympic weightlifting is a very technical skill to learn, but it's not meant to be done heavy in order to get the stimulus. So you can go light and really just get the movement down. Once you get the positioning and the movement down, then you can add speed and then you can add load to that. But the positioning is going to be super important in the beginning to get down. So don't be afraid to go light and just use the barbell. Get really proficient at it before you start to add more weight on top of there. And then our workout, strength workout here, 5 rounds for time, 9 front squats, 9 strict handstand push-ups. The front squats are meant to be heavy. I would say it should be okay to go off of a rack. If you want to clean it, you can do that too as well for those that want to kind of RX plus it. The idea of this workout is to choose some progressions for this where you're doing 3 to 5 reps at a time for each of these movements. So it's not super easy where you're just getting 9 and 9 done. So if you get this done in 6 minutes, you probably got more of a cardio sprint workout. We want a strength kind of workout. So somewhere between that 9 to 12 minute mark is what we're looking for in this one. And then Saturday, good little chipper, 100 balls, 25 burpees, 75 kettlebell swings, 25 burpees, 50 knees to elbows, 25 burpees. So strength and some stamina there because they're bigger sets. So we're challenging the same muscle group for a really long time. So it's going to really test the stamina of your legs. You got a little bit of strength work too as well. Just by working on the weightlifting of the wall balls, explosiveness, the kettlebell swings. And I would say some conditioning overall out of this with the burpees and just the overall amount of reps. You got 25 minutes to work through this. I would say, again, as you chip through it, the biggest portions are going to be those wall ball shots, the kettlebell swings, and the knees to elbows. So just break those up early, go in with a plan in order to manage your pacing. And then Sunday, we got our community WOD in teams or individual. It's up to you. So it's for time to get through it. 3,000 meter row, 1,200 feet sled push with an empty sled, and then 45 hang power cleans or hang dumbbell cleans, depending on what progression you need. And every time you drop the bar down, we're going to do 50 single skips before you can jump back into it. So a little bit of a trick at the end there. So a lot of this is going to be lower body today. So definitely break it up early, especially if you're going individual in this one. Don't sprint or try to do big sets in this. Just be kind of like steady with your pacing and break it up early. If you're in partners, again, still break it up early and make sure you guys are not fatiguing the legs too fast, but you will feel the legs today. Perfect. Yeah, that's the week, guys. So hope you guys have fun with it. And we'll see you in the following week.